Are we filming now?
We are ready to go.
Sorry.
That's fine.
I felt placement is a place that provided a safe and effective environment for my learning because I felt I could make mistakes and still learn from those mistakes.
Personally, it's been all about my own development and from the placements opportunities that it provides. If anything at all, it's just getting to know how to put all the theory from university to practice.
So placement for me, although my placements were probably over 20 years ago now, they still are really important. I still remember them really, really clearly, and actually they've probably affected everything I've done in OT since. They've affected the kind of OT I wanted to be, the career path that I've taken, the type of jobs I've taken. So actually it's huge. It's the placements, I think you remember them forever. The positives and the challenging bits as well, both equally. And they're probably the biggest point of learning, I think, in my OT learning, I think, yeah.
In future, as I progress to be an occupational therapist, witnessing different ways of working and the right and wrong, as some may say, of what you would like to take in and take forward and what you wouldn't, really shows how the practice can develop and progress as time moves on, and how we can evolve practice through the next generations.
Placements, if anything at all, are the primary opportunities, if you like, to be able to get the skill set required to work as a qualified practitioner. Career-wise, depending on the placements and opportunities you get, they'll vary.
I felt placement provided me with a snapshot of what the real world is like. It gave me an opportunity to put theory into practice and take that forward as in my new journey as a professional.
If I had to use one word to describe placement, it would be belonging, as I've really found through practice that there's a wide community in which we all belong a part of in some way or another.
I think personally placement has changed me because I was quite shy at first when I joined this placement, whereas being in contact with constant service users and getting a variety of different placements, I've been placed in mental health, community and a general hospital. It has really opened my confidence to interact with service users.
I think placements help me develop as a future occupational therapist because I'm able to work with people a lot better now, and certainly when I first went I didn't know how to receive feedback as well as I didn't know how to give feedback, and now I think I'm much more confident in communicating in teams and listening to what people are saying to me, as well as being able to really communicate effectively in a team.
Placement has allowed me to identify my strengths and my weaknesses and build up on them, and I felt this is a skill that I will take in my journey as a professional.
Using placement to build confidence has helped in becoming a future occupational therapist, through the use of different techniques and using different assessment tools and strategies to build up your knowledge base and your understanding of the profession itself.
The three things that have really stood out for me on placement are that how much you actually learn from the placements themselves. Like, you do learn a lot. Sometimes you could say you learn more than you actually learn in the semesters beforehand. Secondly, it's how much it's changed me in terms of my abilities from my first placement to my last one. And thirdly, I think it's how demanding that the placements can be. Like, they are totally exhausting and you have to put in 100% for 8 solid weeks, and it is difficult.
Things that have stood out for me is the compassion of practice educators and their understanding of your situation, as well as the ability to take on new responsibility and new tasks that each year is more complicated, more challenging, but it is developing those skills that you will use in future practice. And I feel that those are an integral part of a practice placement to develop your future.
I think the big thing that really stood out for me is the passion the practice educators have for the profession in general, and the invaluable experience of just being on placement, and the dedication of the practice educators to share their knowledge and skills to students. That was amazing for me.